Okay, so in a velocity versus time graph, the area of the graph represents the displacement of the object. So the displacement can be found using the basic area formulas for rectangles and triangles. If the area is above the horizontal x-axis, it is positive, moving to the right. If the area is below the horizontal x-axis, it is a negative displacement, moving to the left. And then I just wrote down some of our area formulas to remind you from your geometry courses. They have a rectangle is just length times width. They have a triangle is 1/2 the base times the height. Okay, so let's take a look at this. It says find the displacement for each section of the graphs below. Be sure to give a position or negative sign. Then find the total displacement by adding the sections together. Okay, so for section A, I'm looking at section A here, I notice that it is a triangle. So I'm going to use my area of a triangle formula. Area for a triangle is 1/2 the base times the height. Okay, so the base here starts at 0, goes to 4. So I have a base of 4, and the height starts at 0, goes up to 20. So the height is 20. So when I go down here, I'm going to write area is 1/2 the base, which I have 4, times the height, which is 20. Okay, half of 4 is 2. 2 times 20 is 40. And then, one of the things you might notice, so 1/2 of the base, which was 4 seconds, times the height, which was in 20 meters per second. So here, seconds on the top, there it's on the bottom. They cancel. My units are meters, which is good because we would expect the displacement to be measured in meters or another unit for length. Okay, then the fact that it is above the x-axis, and we don't have anything below in this picture, so everything's above, means it's going to be a positive displacement. So for my description, I'm going to say 40 meters right, because it's going to be moving to the right, because it's above the x-axis. For area B, that's a rectangle, so it's just base times height, or length times width. So I'm going from 4 to 7, that's 3, but I'm still going up 20. So my area is my base times my height, or my length times my width, 3 times 20. I get 60 meters. Again, it's all above the x-axis, so 60 meters right is going to be my description. My last portion over here is also a triangle. Okay, and I'm going to make it the whole triangle. I'm just going to go all the way down. So this is starting at 7. That was 10, but I'm a little bit past it. 11 would be here. So this must be like 10 and a half. So I'm going to say it's 10.5. So that means this base is 3.5. Okay? And then the height is 20. That was easy. So we need 1/2 of the base, 3.5, times the height, which is 20. Okay? We will get 35 meters. And again, because it's above the x-axis, that is 35 meters to the right. Okay? Let's go ahead and look a little bit at the next page. I'm gonna let you do some of this by yourself, but I do want to point something out to you in the very beginning and do the first little section with you. Okay. Students often get confused because the area under the curve, okay, it's really the area between the line line or curve and the x-axis. So I'm going to make this x-axis nice and bold, okay? So this area here, I'm not going down to find it. It's the area between the line and the x-axis. This is the area I'm finding. And this area is underneath the x-axis, which means it is going to be negative, okay? Which means it's going to be moving to the left, okay? Now it's a triangle, so the area is 1/2 the base, so here's my base. I went from 0 to, I think that's about 4, so I'm going to say 4. And then my height, down 4, -4. So I get a negative 1/2 of 4 is 2. 2 times -4 is -8 meters, which means I went 8 meters left. Okay. Now the other sections, okay, they're all above the x-axis, and they're broken down for you this time. So B is a triangle, C will be a rectangle, D is a triangle, and E is a triangle. So I'm going to leave you to go ahead and find each of the displacement for each of those sections, okay, each of the portions during the trip. And then for the total displacement, we're going to add them up, okay? Make sure you include the negatives, okay, as well. And then overall, if you get a positive number, then overall you went to the right. If overall you end up with a negative number, then overall you went to the left, okay? So I'm going to leave you to work on that by yourself.